Yeah, folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play RimWorld. It is our uncreative run, our no research run, and we've got four lovely people. You notice I have renamed Ace over here is now Topiary, because Ace is a planter who is also artistic. So I thought that was a good one. I might still rename Nice Punch, because it doesn't tell you what his her job is. Which, honestly, her job mostly is to punch stuff and then be kind, but you'll probably be doing a lot of cooking as well, which makes me think that Flapjack's name is no good. At this point, I'm worried about like changing someone's name, like what is this, 6 episodes into it, but it would sort of make some sense if we renamed Flapjack to something else, but we'll probably keep it. Anyway, we've got an animal pen going on now, so yes, time has gone by since the last episode. Our defenses are nicely set up, and I'm mostly excited about expanding. I've gone and torn down the previous defenses over here to prepare for what comes next. We still haven't completed any research yet. We have done some more trading. We've also organized our stuff a wee bit more. So my priorities for today, gosh, if we don't have batteries, like we're really going to be reliant on the wood-fired generator for a long time. I can build turbines, but turbines without batteries, like wind turbines without batteries, is not going to be that useful. So yeah, I think we're going to be reliant on this, which is going to continue to use up a lot of wood. Now, I am worried about expanding our resources and increasing our wealth with only 4 people and no real armaments at this point. Wow, we do have an excellent Hellcat rifle. That is kind of insanely good. Hopefully we can buy some more resources. Now, I did just go and trade, I believe, with the southern neighbor again. Yeah, so that's there. Has the northern neighbor reset? They have. I should probably send Book out again then. Book's mood's gonna be pretty good. He just, we had a little bit of a break for some people. We had, well, we had some psychic drone stuff, and I can't remember. There was a few other shortages as well. Maybe we do just send out Book right now. We've got a decent amount of silver. Yeah. Oh, we had some yaks join, which I'm not butchering yet because we've got some room for them currently. Actually, I'll probably... Are they yaks or bison? They are yaks. Might use them as pack animals. Hell, I could bring 2 and then sell one. And it's something worth considering. We're going to send a caravan over here. I mean, you're still pregnant. No, we'll bring that. That's fine. And then it's going to be Book. And then travel supplies. We'll make sure to bring some extra simple meals. That's going to be fine. Right, I did buy some Neutromine last time. It's a little early for the Neutromine. Honestly, that may have been insane. But it was like, they offered it. I was selling more than they could. I took all their money and then was like, I guess I'll take some Neutromine as well. We're good on components, which is kind of ridiculous. You know, I'll keep unloading as much stuff as possible. I could unload some of the steel, but you know we're going to need it. I would love more uranium so I can make uranium maces, but maybe I should just get rid of it for now because it's adding wealth that is not useful. In fact, I know this is heavy. Yeah, that's too heavy. That's with a pack animal, huh? I mean, I could bring more, but... let's take the clothing... I won't need gold for a long time. Maybe I should just sell the gold as well. And then we'll bring all the silver with us. So we're looking for books, of course, and then we're looking for weapons. That's going to be fine. We'll do this. And actually, let me go and... Well, everyone hauls pretty high priority already. They might be helping Book pack up for his trip. Then Flapjack... Actually, I guess I could cancel that. There's nothing to explore right there. And actually, likewise, I'll cancel those 2 mines there, because I don't want to mine out those resources right now. Now, we do have some plasteel. We could consider, well, if we got the tech, plasteel longsword would be nice. But we don't know when we're going to be able to research long blades. No clue whatsoever. I did build some shells to organize things a little bit, because we do a lot of stuff. I don't like that we have this much stuff, because this is telling us, you know, that our wealth has gone up. And, all right, so Nice Punch is going to feel happier. That's good. And we got an Aurora. Okay, that is fine and dandy. And I'm going to turn off sowing. I mean, I allow this one psychoid harvest, but then I will turn it off because I realize this whole, like, preemptively doing it is just absolutely nuts. Although, we do have the psychoid brewing tech, but it's going to take a while before it kicks in. Maybe I should just home zone my plants so I don't have to worry about this. I mean, I'll do it for... Let's do a little bit of it. Wake everyone up. There you go. Probably will end up home zoning everything within our borders at some point. Within our walls, but not yet. All right, Book's on the way. Should get there today. And yeah, mine out the rest of this. What is this? Limestone? Okay. I mean, limestone and marble. We're going to make use of both those stones, I think. So my plans for expansion, I mean, okay, I think this is a good candidate to be workshop plus stockpile space. And this over here is going to be our giant temple. We might start it a little smaller and then expand it, right? Or temple slash library. And then I was going to start setting up some bedrooms over here. Well, mostly a bedroom for topiary. No, Flapjack. Flapjack's the greedy one. And then we can leave everyone else in here. Maybe I could just go ahead and make Flapjack's bedroom right now. What I was thinking for the bedroom blocks, let's switch. So we're going to plan with marble walls over here, right? Is like I might stay on this grid. But what I was thinking of doing is bedrooms that are, that is smaller than half. Where's the middle point? Right over here. Oh, no, that is correct. Yeah. Like these are smaller, right? These would be 4x4 internal space. And especially with furniture, it would lead to being a little crammed, but it might be better. But since we are worried about wealth, I think I probably will really work on barracks as much as possible. So... But I do need a fancy bedroom. I mean, we could do a lot with fancier flooring. But what if I did barracks, fancy bedroom, miscellaneous? We could extend this. We could put our recreation area in here or something like that. I mean, this is a little narrow and might lead to some bottlenecks. That's the only downside. Or I could do a little bit what I talked about, which was the idea of leaving a hallway on the outside of the library. And we could move the door to be in here or something like that. I mean, I could make it triple wide as well. But that's using a lot of space and material and adding wealth in a way that we might not want to manage. Maybe the plan is going to be to just end things here. Like that. Still have a narrow hallway? I mean, maybe. And I was going to say, because over here what we could end up with is a 3-tile wide hallway setup. Now, this space probably is a great place for a freezer, right? Right next to our food and our livestock. Freezer over here, plus a kitchen somewhere, which makes this a natural place for a dining room. Maybe I'll just assume that that's what the dining room is going to end up looking like. And what we'll do is we'll plan the bedrooms on the outside over here. Right? Okay. So let's say we leave a good amount of room for a freezer. Big old freezer like this. And somewhere in here, the cooker setup. And then we end up with... I don't know what size we need. Or the pool tables, are they... We don't have to unlock them, right? We have them... Right, so we only need this much space for that. The poker table's a little awkward. I know we don't have... I just want you to... Oh, I guess I could put it down if there wasn't walls. Right. And this could be in the middle, and then... I mean, maybe it's fine that I'm going to have one little strip of empty space over there. Heck, what I might... I don't know. Okay, maybe something like that. And then, furniture-wise, if we end up doing, like, a big table... Yeah, we can fit this one, and I mean, certainly even this one over here. I guess the poker table could just only have... We could make this a little narrower. Here's my thinking. If I go and trim this down. Now, this is the internal space of this room, right? So there would be an outer wall here and an outer wall here. If we do that, then the billiards table fits perfectly. The poker table actually still fits perfectly with things all around it. Some of the chairs will be up against the wall, but that's fine. And then the dining table, that doesn't fit properly, although the 3x3 would. People would have to squeeze by chairs, which is a little unappealing. If I went and made this one tile wider, I think, I'm worried about using more space than I have to. But if I made it one tile wider, this would actually be very appealing. So the poker table and the 2x4 chair would feel very nicely centered. The pool table actually would look very centered here, although I'm not sure how that works space-wise. So we might just have it slightly off-centered. And we could put some statues or something over there. Okay, maybe we plan for something like that, which then means if I want to set up a barrack, so this is the wall, I could do something like some sort of split like this. Big barracks, and then that's one of our fancy bedrooms. It would be easy to satisfy the greed. If I were to go and plan my little spiral of beds. I mean, that does fit that way. So this, and then that. Okay. It actually works pretty well that way. I could align them all on the bottom, leave a gap over here. I could see us doing something like... that's the wrong way. And then... leaving it empty. I mean, that's a lot of beds for a while. Then later on, this can get more crowded. People can crawl over beds to get in and out the door. That'd be fine. Unless I extend it one extra tile or shrink it slightly. We need room for the dresser as well. And some statues. What if I just shrink this by one tile? Because I'd rather... the people crawling over beds, it says slow them down. Do I want to extend it this way or make it thinner that way? Thinner that way might be a little hard, although it might be fine. Like it'll be a slim fancy bedroom, right? Let's say I do that. And then over here, so we have the wealthy bedroom. Maybe I'll plan... okay, if the wall's going to be there... so no, we're not exactly on our 13 by 13 or 11 by 11 grid, however you want to count it. Let's assume this will probably be like... oops, this will probably be like a double bed. And then it'll need dressers and stuff. But... if I plan... no, that's a little small. Maybe I put the individual bedrooms just somewhere else. Right? Keep this as a barracks plan. And probably what I'll do is build a dresser here and then plan to have the doors nicely in line like this. Right? And then like this into the dining hall. And this something. Could be a reading room off the library. So I was going to do this as the library, but I mean, we could change the plans. Batteries, extra storage of some kind. I mean, this is going to be a big enough bedroom to handle everything. I guess, okay, here's another alternative. What if this all becomes just one big barracks? What if this was organized this way? The downside is, where do we put the dresser? But, I mean, I could just put it between... right, we actually don't need, like, 4 doors, like, all the way through it. Like, for symmetry, part of me wants me to do this, right? Because that is quite spiffy. But it's a little unnecessary. Oops, I want to copy, not cancel. And then, you know, like long term, something like this ends up happening. If I go, let's say I say, you know what, we're not going to have any doors this side at all, which is fairly legit. Then what we end up with is we can fit a dresser in here because probably this will cover the whole room. I don't know about the range. Worst case scenario, we build a pair, you know, here and here, or even offset it this way, right? Worst case scenario, we do this. We put statues in here. I don't think we're going to need heaters. That seems fairly tolerable to me. And short term, what ends up happening is these guys go in over here. They'll still benefit from this barracks being fancy, right? Like, yes, it's adding wealth, but it will add wealth that will be a decent mood boost. Probably we have to do that rather than individual bedrooms, except for the greedy one. Now, short term, what I can do is just decide to build a wall here, make this bottom part a fancy bedroom. And then longer term, we get maybe a bank of fancier bedrooms over here for the people who individually need fancier bedrooms. And this way, we don't have to worry about growing our footprint too much. Now, there's nothing more permanent than a temporary solution. But I think we can all agree. Actually, I will go and put a wall completely here so no one walks through. This actually doesn't feel too bad. And then this just becomes just becomes a fancy bedroom for Flapjack. Possibly bigger than it needs to be, but on the other hand, it's going to be hard for us to make fancy statues and fancy furniture in the short term. So the extra space will help reach the impressive. It doesn't have to be very impressive. It just has to be like, it says really impressive. It just needs to be, I think, slightly impressive. And I think that's good enough to satisfy that. Okay, I kind of like this. So we'll plan a conduit that interconnects everything. And yeah, a bunch of these walls will get taken down. But let's work towards this bedroom plan for now. And then what I'll do is I'll cancel all these beds because we're not going to build them now. We confirm the space and then we'll end up moving this furniture over like this. We should probably plan the lights fairly early so that we're not working in the dark. There. And then over here. Yes, that's good. I mean, no construction is really going to happen until a book is back. I think technically, I mean, people can construct, but they don't have any skill for it, so we're not going to do that. Keep the cooking going. Do I want to get rid of the plans? Or I could just change it to put the plan down here. Actually, maybe I'll just do that. Let me go and remove plans. And it's very convenient, actually, that our plan for... our tentative plan for dividing the freezer from our living space is aligned with the wall we've already got, which is convenient. Okay, trade, please. So we're going to keep the yak because we got to bring things back. We'll keep this food. You know what? I might bring back some chocolate. I'm tempted. We got to manage the moods. We don't need more entrainment. We actually don't need components right now, which is crazy, but we can go and buy this whenever we want. Although if we have a bunch of silver, then I will convert the silver into components on the basis that we want to change useless wealth into useful wealth because it lowers our wealth overall. And even if we don't use it right away, eventually we will. I'll sell off the uranium. We've got books, advanced lights, and toxifier generator. Well, our goal is to get all the tech books, so we're going to do that. Well, our goal is to get all the techs, and we have to do that through tech books. I'm going to skip the glands for now, although an early tough skin gland. Now, right, tough skin is the weakest one. It doesn't impact movement very much. It still lowers beauty. Oh, I might be wrong about this, but I think we kind of don't want to bother except for stone skin. And it would still be pretty good, but it is expensive as hell. We could get it 9 wild. We can't get it because it's too expensive. Do I want to buy incinerator? Do I want to buy a bolt action rifle? I think the answer to that is no, even though we do need more weapons. Sell the gold. I mean, if we were taking all their money and they didn't have enough, then I wouldn't. Yeah, we're going to do this. So we still end up with a couple of books, and we end up with a whole bunch of medicine, and that seems okay. Oh, and chocolate as a bonus. And then not buying components. Yeah, I think that's fine. What's nice, we do have a couple of like close by trading partners, and we've got our pack animals. So I think this will ultimately be a-okay. All right. Yeah, book's going to come back, start constructing this expansion. And yeah, I am thinking this is going to become the workplace, and then people have to cross through the temple a bunch, but that's fine. And then, well, I don't know, we'll like relocate the power. We really need skill books for batteries, solar panels. All right, books back, thank you. Quest failed. Oh, there was a abandoned camp somewhere. Okay, that's fine. Book went straight to sleep, that's fine. And the yak is over here and will get unpacked. Perfect. Thank you. And yeah, hauling, cleaning, Maintains high priority. I'm okay with that. It's a big sleep, and then you'll need some recreation. Well, hopefully you can read some books. We're gonna need some more bookshelves too. I wonder, I should probably make one now. Well, the books don't have to be on bookshelves, unless, you know, except when they're in a research room. It's still gonna be nice to have them on bookshelves, but I guess they can just be stored on regular shelves. I know, they're called bookcase. I gotta remember that there's different terminology here, but... Actually, I'm gonna get you to work on this wall first. Thank you, and then that light. Lovely. This bedroom might stay forever. It's actually not so bothersome. I ended up in a situation where I'm actually kind of happy with this layout. Like, it's thin. You know, it's only 3 tiles tall, but it's wide enough that it should be plenty roomy. And I don't hate the look of it. This might stay. And this barracks can fit 16 people. This is going to be good for a long time. We'll still need more fancy bedrooms if people pair off, because everything else, otherwise it feels weird. Oh, we can remove this roof here. Because it stops some growth over here. We can keep the roof here. I'm not worried about the fire break anymore, because we are going to go and make our walls into stone at some point. But I'll still keep this here so that our people can walk around without being rained on. We probably want to put some lights on because it's dark and they're going to get slowed down. I mean, a lot of people are just going to cross through. They're not going to linger in these areas, but I mean, if we can research advanced lights, then we will do that. Right, that's our drug production and a harp. Interesting combination. Very hippy-dippy. I don't think people have to be told to eat hot chocolate. I think they just do. I think it just counts as kind of food. It's low nutrition, but they will just eat it. More marble chunks for the bedrooms. Yes, please. And Book is still asleep and very hungry. Oh, we got lots of food. That's for sure. And part of the reason for doing this is because we do clearly need to move towards having a freezer. Well, with so few people, we really don't need it because we don't need a huge buffer of food. As long as we don't overproduce. I mean, we've got access to meat, and that's the real thing, where it's like the meat rots so quickly that you really want a refrigerator when you start doing that. Do that light. And maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. And then I'll force you to do that wall, please. Thank you. And then that light. I don't think these lights zot. Like, I don't think I'm worried about the fact that they've got no roof. They will automatically roof once they're sealed in, but I'll go ahead and encourage them to do that now. There's no active power connection. Oh, did I? Oh, I think I canceled something. Yep. Prioritize working on the cables, please. Psychic Soothe. I mean, it's only helping one person, but it's still handy. It's still appreciated. There you go. Now you can work with the lights. I don't think I'll put wall lights outside. I think I'll just wait for the big advanced lights and do it that way. Power generation is still, yeah, we still have 380 watts to spare. I mean, we wouldn't be able to run a smelter right now, but I also have no particular desire to run a smelter currently. Oh, maybe we could refill this generator though, because otherwise we don't have any power. Thank you. A little more plant work, which is still a fairly important thing, but construction is now done. That's good. Okay, so Flapjack. Actually, what's the best bed we've got? Okay, they're all just good. Flapjack, this is going to become your bedroom. I will put that there. And you're going to get a marble end table and a marble dresser. And then if you need to double bed, we can just build a double bed over here. Well, the dresser will be slightly in the way. Maybe I will do that. Back? Yeah, let's do that. Because I can just build a double bed there, and everything will just work out perfectly fine. There's a good chance we're going to need to floor this for fanciness. And we might want to just move to full floorage of the inside of our base. We've got, like, the cleaning is going to work, the dirt management, it'll help with the beauty overall. I mean, we'll probably still use concrete. Yeah, I think too many marble floors would probably add too much wealth, if nothing else. I guess we could wait until our new walls are up, on the basis that we don't need to floor underneath the walls. And we can avoid a little bit of work if we do it in that order. And there'll be some changes with the doors too, I'm just not sure what yet. Simple meal rotted away, yeah. Well, it makes sense because we actually did crank out a bunch of extra fine meals. So So I've got this set up now just because the idea is use up the meat. And then, oh, I don't need these. I can ignore, make sure to count carnivore fine meals and regular fine meals when you're counting vegetarian. Yeah, don't make vegetarian meals unless we're out of the others, which actually Nice Punch was just about to make vegetarian meals, which would just rot. Installation looting. Oh, man. It's not very far either. How gutsy do we feel? The answer is usually not very. I mean, this stage in the game, the threat should be very low, but it really wouldn't take much. I mean, maybe Book's got some hope. If we could stack all of our defensive gear, which is the flak jacket that Flapjack is wearing. We could give that to Book. I guess you've already got a flak vest, don't you? Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, that. Oh, I thought cancel that. We don't need it yet. We've got our trap set up very nicely. I don't remember. I think between episodes there was a wild deer attack, but that was fine. We ended up with a bunch of venison. A bunch of it rotted. And then, food-wise, yeah, so our nutrition consumption is still lower than our production, but not by much. Now, we could set up some auto-cut here. Actually, you know what I should do in this zone is I will put a growing zone over here. I will disable sowing. That way, fully mature trees get chopped down, which is going to be good because they block growing areas. Now, you can use the auto-cut, but this doesn't wait until they're fully grown. It does constantly remove everything that could be a blocker, but if we do this, then it'll clear trees to a certain extent. It won't do the saplings, but that's okay. It will generally give us more grass grazing area, and it'll give us a steady supply of wood without us having to micromanage it. We're not sitting on infinite amounts right now, and we are going to need more for the wood fire generator. Okay, Flapjack, how's your bedroom? It is awful. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. So what we're going to do is we're going to floor this room. We are going to use marble tiles for Flapjack's room. And then we always want to go and put flooring under the doors, but it's not part of the room, so the beauty doesn't matter. And the reason we want that and a little bit outside is we want it to catch the dirt. Because if you transition from a dirt tile to a floor tile, you tend to drag dirt. If we do it this way, then what's going to happen is we are going to drop the dirt off outside. So we'll get this ready. We might end up concreting more, but let's work on that. Yeah, see, fine meals are rotting away. But that was just going to be meat that was going to rot anyway. So it's not the end of the world. It's sort of a waste of time cooking, but at the same time, we're training our cooking since our cook was only at a 6. Well, they might be better now. 7 for Book and 7 for Nice Punch. Okay. Yeah, we'll get this fancied up. See, we're doing a little cleaning outside, which is less than ideal, but I suppose I could do the entire outside edge right now. I will floor this for now. That's going to have to get replaced when we temple it, but I think that's going to be okay. And then I'll do under... I think these doors are probably going to stay. That one definitely is, and that too. And I guess we'll concrete up the barracks. And I suppose I can move these, because this is all going to become a freezer soon. There. Okay. And I guess I'll build a copy of the cooler and then turn off refilling this one, please. Well, actually, I might just accept that we're going to do some temperature management. I mean, we're going to need freezers for the freezer. We could still save some power here, but I don't know. We might be able to cool. Oh, I should vent between these two. Yeah. Yeah, let me go and put down a vent over here. Thank you. So this is Flapjack's room again. It's reached decent. Yeah, it'll probably be impressive as soon as the last of the flooring comes in. Can we move these blocks out? Not quite. We could try to get you a better bed. What I'll do is I'll set up a... Well, you know what? We'll go straight to a double bed, because that will also add some wealth in the room. So we're going to do this, and we're going to require that it's at least excellent quality. Royal Tribute Collector. No, I don't even have gold. I sold my gold. And yeah, and Book, like, if anyone was going to become our, our noble, it would be Book, except that Book is psychically insensitive, so it's not really going to be very helpful. This pathing is questionable there, Book. Not very efficient, my friend. Berries run away. Sure. Okay. Keep dropping the flooring for now. Which means we're not moving the furniture, which means we're not starting on this bit, but that's okay. Struck Jade. Oh, nice. Okay. We got some horses. Let's tame the horses. Right, they can't fail, no. Do we switch over entirely to just horses? Muffalos are better as an economic thing, but the horses are going to be much better for caravanning because we can also ride them. I think their carry capacity might be a little less, but still pretty close. Maybe it's the same, I don't know. But you can also ride them. I think I like the idea of moving entirely over to horses. Yeah. Yeah, unless the game gives us dromedaries, in which case we could switch to that. I think horses might be slightly faster, but dromedaries have slightly better carrying capacity and or meat production. Like, I think dromedaries are slightly more economical than horses, but I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Well, it's not a gift horse. They didn't auto-join, but still. Yeah, we got the hay, and that's fine. Yeah, I think that the nutritional requirement of horses might be a little bit more. Okay, hauling cloth, that's fine. Books up. Right, you've got your rituals available. Speaking of rituals, okay, no. But yeah, you got convert and stuff. At some point, we'll need a bit of a prison area. We can just make one kind of ad hoc on the fly pretty quickly. We kind of just need an empty room, and then we can just put some little sleep spots on the ground and call that good enough for now. Trade caravan from the Refugee Empire is gone. This is an interesting name for the Empire this time around, though. Not food binge. Oh yes, wake up. Right. Nice Punch has still got their wake up withdrawal. They're most of the way through. They are technically most of the way through, right? Because they're past 50% mark, but that makes it sound like they're nearly done their addiction, which is not entirely true. As long as you don't have like a really bad break where you decide to murder people. Okay, it is toasty enough. We are going to need a cooler in here because people will complain about the temperature. And yeah, that only came out good quality. I mean, maybe good is good enough. But no, I will try to go all the way to excellent for this one. Oh, good trader. From the Bago tribe. Okay. Book's not feeling terribly healthy either. Rebuffed by Nice Punch. Yeah, well, your stats aren't very good. You've got a mental break now, so we can't double check the romance chance, but I mean, Book's got some social skill. It's not very high yet. We could sell off our critters, especially if we're thinking like we're going to be butchering these and we don't really have a cooler. I should probably plan on doing this. I will go and sell off the non-pregnant ones. Do I sell all the calves off? I think I will. Now, do you have anything worth buying? One's cloth. Those are my books. Oh, no, the answer is not really. Okay, so let me sell the clothing off. And let me take back, say, this one over here. Okay, so we're no longer breeding these. I think that's fine. Yeah. I think that's more than fine. I mean, watch us not be able to tame the horses, but it should happen. Animal handling. Maybe I'll enable it for Book. Book's pretty busy, but I want to make sure we don't miss out on these horses. So I'm going to go and set 2 people to do the animal handling, please. Exhaustion, but I think they're going to bed. Bedroom unhappiness. Okay, so at least I think the greedy penalty used to be -8 when it was a barracks. Because at least now it's decent, so I'm assuming decent bedroom is less bad. I think it was -8. 8 without a table. Well, you were probably just too far away. And then Nice Punch didn't think they had a bed? Maybe it was on the move. Still didn't do it. Now, this is Book, right? What's your construction at? It's pretty high. I mean, you should be able to succeed. There we go. Couple of stallions. Okay. Could have done it 1 stallion, 1 mare. just to guarantee the breeding pair, but sure. Okay, I'll lower books animal handling. You're cleaning animal filth. Is there flooring here? Soil. Why are you cleaning animal filth from the soil? That's weird. It's outside. Maybe because it was roofed, so the behavior was a little different. Okay, book, that's fine. You can pig out on food. That is allowed. And, oh, we got an excellent bed. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to move this to be Flapjack's bed. And then I'm going to move this bed over there. And it's still not quite there. We'll need a statue or something. Or we could try to make the extra furniture better. Ash's many enemies. Ash joined 37, 11 cooking. Servant uncreatives. What's it uncreative? Are you already of my ideology? Both of them will raid us. It is going to be a double strength raid. But it'll probably still be fairly small at this point of the game. Ooh, I don't know. There are traps. I got to think about this one. I'm tempted to say yes, though. Strongly tempted to say yes. But we're going to put a cut here. I will think about it. If I say yes, we'll definitely pick up again. I won't skip over it. Folks, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.